All right, so let's look at example 7. Now, with this one, the only thing that is a little bit different is that we have x to the 4th power, and we also have 13x squared plus 12. Now, what we're going to do is the same thing. We're going to take the factors of 12, and this one has a little more factors, so 1 and 12. We have 2 and 6. We have 4 and 3, and that seems to be about it. Now we need two factors again that are going to add up to that middle number, which is 13. So what we're going to do here, let's look at all these. 4 and 3 added up to 7. 2 and 6 add up to 8. And 12 and 1 add up to 13. So we're going to use these top ones, 1 and 12. Now, the only thing that's a little bit different here is that we have our x to the 4th. So to get to that, all we really need to do is say that instead of we're going to write x plus 12 and x plus 1. That's the factors that we came out, which are 12 and 1. They both add up to 13. Now to be able to get that x fourth, we're going to have to multiply the x and the x together. So what we're going to do is we're going to add an x squared to each of this. Now together, when you multiply x squared times x squared, we end up with x to the 4th power. So that is our factored version. And finally, let's look at example 9. Now with example 9, if you notice 4, negative 24, and 36 all have a common factor, which in this case is a leading coefficient of 4. So first thing that we can do is we're going to factor out that 4 to make this a little bit easier. So x squared, and then we have negative 24 divided by 4 is 6, so negative 6x, and 36 divided by 4, which is 9. So now that looks a little bit simpler, so we're going to go ahead and get the factors of 9, which are 1 and 9, 3 and 3. Now, we need two numbers that are going to multiply to a negative 9, sorry, to a positive 9, but are going to add up to a negative 6. So that means that not only does one of our numbers have to be negative, but both of our numbers have to be negative. These two will add up to a negative 6, but when you multiply negative 3 times negative 3, we get a positive 9. These two would add up to negative 10 and multiply to positive 9, but that's not it, so we're going to use these two at the bottom. So we would write this as 4x minus 3 times x minus 3. Now these numbers are the same, x minus 3 and x minus 3. Another way that we can express this is x minus 3 squared. And that would be our factored version.